Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Over the last 12 years or so, Bitcoin and the crypto asset class has just stunned the world in terms of the amount of money that's poured in, actual adoption. While admittedly not sufficient utility at this stage in the game, it's still astonishing the degree to which the people around the world have rallied around the concept of decentralized cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology in general. And so there's certainly less opportunity specifically in Bitcoin today than there was a decade ago. That's a no-brainer. There's more money in it, less opportunity for multiplier effect. But that's not to say there's not opportunity to be had. Even people investing in Bitcoin now, if indeed it is going to have true staying power, be around for decades and decades or longer, perhaps. If that is indeed the case, then investing even today in Bitcoin, the number one cryptocurrency in terms of market cap, even that can yield over a very long period of time, potentially life-changing wealth. But the opportunity for XRP, it's even greater. Because look, if XRP, it's the same story with XRP. If XRP truly is going to be here for decades and decades or longer, if it's truly adopted, if we're right, and if it makes sense, and if that persists, the amount of money, life-changing wealth accrued by people investing today, that will be jaw-dropping, just like the people that jumped into Bitcoin, close to a decade ago. If they've held that long, my gosh, even held some of it that long. Talk about life-changing wealth. I think it's the same story with XRP, because here's the deal. As I record this, Bitcoin has a market cap of $899 billion, which is high. It's been over $1 trillion in the past, but it's at $899 billion at the time of recording this. XRP's market cap is only $39 billion. Not even close to Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin's got a way to go. So here's the deal. I firmly believe that cryptocurrencies that are going to have true staying power for the long haul, they're going to have individual coins will have multi-trillion-dollar market caps. And so the question is, which cryptocurrencies deserve to be here and will be here for the long haul? Well, adoption in actual utility, it has to matter. It has to matter. Even though it doesn't sufficiently matter today, it still does matter. There's a reason so many people rally around XRP. There's a reason there's such a thing as the XRP community. So I want to share with you a number of thoughts having to do with the market in general, including this piece from Crypto Newsflash titled, Queen of the Bull Markets, Cathie Wood. 5% of institutional money can push Bitcoin to $500,000. So I want to share some thoughts in this article and some other stuff. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I record this, XRP's at 83 cents, Bitcoin's at $47,609, market cap down to $2.26 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 39.78%. And here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Retail speculators, you poor little things, not feeling so hot at 24 out of 100, indicating extreme fear. But from my perspective, there's no really good reason to be fearful today. There's all the reason in the world to be excited. The best is yet to come. You can only have the advent of the crypto asset class one time. This is a once-in-a-species thing here. And we're living at a time when this is all happening. How lucky are we? I mean, if you think you're late to the party because, even if you just jumped in now, you weren't here 12 years ago, no, you're very, very early. I'm going to try and help you get a feel for just how early. Take a look at this. One of Wall Street's most aggressive investors is predicting that Bitcoin will shoot up 10x, but only if institutional investors increase their allocation to the cryptocurrency. Cathie Wood said in a recent interview that she believes a 5% allocation to Bitcoin from institutional investors could push the cryptocurrency to $500,000. She further claimed that Ethereum is much more undervalued than Bitcoin and will likely outperform the king of crypto in the near future. And by the way, I just paused to point out, pretty much every analyst I follow is saying that. Bitcoin doing, whether or not you think Bitcoin's in a bear market, setting that aside, Ethereum, every analyst that I follow says it's poised to just pop off. And so it's already had a big run this cycle. So I don't know if that means it's going to go up 2, 3, 4x this cycle on the high end. But either way, it looks like it's poised to be rocketing from what we're seeing right here. Anyway, Cathie is the founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK Invest, one of Wall Street's most risk-tolerant investment firms. She has made big bets on companies she believes will shape the future. her most famous being the bet on Elon Musk's Tesla, which has skyrocketed in value. And so I've been a fan of her for some time. And if you've ever seen her speak about anything, well, really anything, I was going to say crypto related, but really anything, you can tell, my gosh, she is unusually adept at understanding complex markets. And she's a human, so she can be wrong about stuff. But my gosh, what a track record she has. It's astonishing here. And I think the big picture, what she's talking about here, is true. I'm telling you, folks, there's almost no money in the crypto asset class. Understand, even with a $2.2 trillion market cap, nowhere near, you gotta understand, nowhere near that much money actually flowed into the space. Like, that's not how many dollars flew into the space, because as money flows in bull markets anyway, prices get bid up. So, how much money has actually been thrown into the crypto space? I don't know the number, and that's very difficult, if not impossible, to calculate, but it'd be a fraction of whatever the market cap is. There's almost no money in the space, folks. A $2.2 trillion market, it's almost no money. It might as well be zero, like round down, right? That's why so I say that to just try and get the idea across that when things really start going and institutions adopt crypto in a much more meaningful way, that's when it's really going to be bonkers, and you will see individual coins with multi-trillion-dollar market caps. I won't be surprised if you see a cryptocurrency or two, or who knows how many, with over 10 trillion in market cap. That's not a bonkers idea. But anyway, check this out. So in an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box, the former AllianceBernstein executive said that despite the recent price drop, she believes Bitcoin is set to soar. And here's a quote. "I think institutions are moving in, and they are starting with Bitcoin and Ether. Crypto of any sort is a de minimis amount or percentage of institutional portfolio. The reason institutions are moving in is because this is a new asset class with a correlation very different from other asset classes." And so, according to Kathy, the asset with the closest correlation to cryptocurrencies is real estate, she said, quoting a study that her firm had done. And here's a quote. "Institutional managers have to look at new asset classes that are evolving and have low correlations with the overall market. That's the key to diversification, and it's the holy grail in terms of asset allocation. We think that the move by institutions into Bitcoin could add $500,000 to Bitcoin's price if they moved into the tune of roughly 5% over time." So that's the part that to me is exciting. Think about it. 5%. That's still almost nothing. And I think in a general sense, she's right. I'm not going to predict a specific dollar amount as a result of that much money flowing in, but the general concept definitely rings true. Think about that. Because here's the deal, and I don't know for sure which cryptocurrencies are going to be here for the long haul. I mean, whatever I think about Bitcoin could be wrong. Whatever I think about XRP, it could be wrong. I don't know. I'm very optimistic, obviously, in XRP right now. It's my number one holding. But, what if it doesn't? Well, of course, on the other side, what if it does? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Bitcoin specifically is going to be here for the long haul, and that's still an if, but it could be. It could be. Maybe it's number one in terms of market cap forever. Then 500,000 over a span of decades or longer, like 500,000 is nothing. Why wouldn't it be worth each individual over $1 million? Because again, it's already gone as high as it's gone, close to $69,000 this market cycle, with almost no money ever, like almost no money out of all the money on the planet, almost none of it has touched Bitcoin. Almost none of it. And so similarly with XRP, that's why I keep saying, why wouldn't it eventually have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap if it keeps being adopted? And Anthony Pompliano, Bitcoin maximalist, whatever you think about him, he's said before, and I think it's the concept's generally true. He says Bitcoin's rather binary, meaning that either it's going to be worth basically all the money on the planet, not literally, but basically worth an insane amount, or it's going to be worth zero. And in a general sense, that seems to be true. And I think that's probably true of just about any cryptocurrency that's around today, at least, I would think. And because you don't need 13,000 cryptocurrencies, but the ones that stick around, again, there's almost no money. So it's like the play now is either they're going to be worth a fortune, the ones that stick around, and you have to offer utility in order to stick around, I think, or they go to zero over time. And so again, with how little money's in here right now, that's why I keep saying, and people, they're too much in the minutia of the day-to-day price movements. It's not going to freaking matter. Just have a backbone and wait 5 or 10 years, Like, I'm just telling you. Not that you necessarily, I mean, like, you can play individual market cycles. I'm doing that even. But I'm just saying, if you could just fast forward a decade out and look at what you're holding right now and see what would be worth in a decade, I'd be willing to bet that just about everybody listening to this would be thrilled. No way to know for sure how this is going to unfold. I'm not pretending to know. but I'd hazard a guess. All right. And in the short term, that's why I wanted to paint the big picture, because in the short term, there's so many people freaking out, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Take a look at this tweet from chart analyst Credible Crypto. He shared this, showing price action of this is the crypto total market cap, and he circled some of the most recent price action where it appears to be going down, and he sarcastically wrote "bear market" with 3 exclamation points, and he tweeted out, "I mean, seems a little silly, no?" And so then somebody responded with the following. Have you seen the blockchain backers analysis, Credible Crypto? Bit torn because I've got a huge amount of respect for you both. Although I have to say, I think your analysis and reasoning for an extended bull market makes more sense to me, although keeping blockchain backers analysis in mind as we go forth. Yeah, and so blockchain backer has publicly stated that Bitcoin is officially in a bear market, and maybe he's right. I don't pretend to know, but he is the only analyst that I follow, and I follow a lot of them. He's the only one that says Bitcoin right now is in a bear market, but he's still excited for the future because we haven't had that euphoric blow off top, which he still believes way more likely than not is going to come. And all the analysts that say Bitcoin is not in a bear market right now, they do agree there's still going to be a euphoric blow off top. It's just the timing and structure of the market, there's some disagreement there. And so Credible Crypto responded to that with the following. I don't really prescribe to using fibs myself and don't agree with his wave count, which is where my issues lie with that analysis mainly. And so there you go. That's how you respectfully disagree with another chart analyst. That's an adult right there. I like that. Yeah, and so it's perfectly fine to challenge anyone's ideas in the space. In fact, I encourage it, to have open communication. The only time I have problems with it is when people are being rude, like, oh my God, what an idiot, opinion different than mine, stupid. Like, I don't like the childish crap. So it was just refreshing to see that, just articulating why he feels differently than the blockchain backer, and we shall see who's right. And take a look at this tweet too. This is from May 10th of this year from Credible Crypto. Want to know when you should start taking profit on your alts and start being cautious about a potential end to this bull run? When Bitcoin dominance falls below 30%. Until then, you're selling too soon. Yeah. So watch for that, because eventually when that happens, assuming we get to that level, and maybe Bitcoin dominance drops even further, it got down to 35% last market cycle, but when that happens, it will be because altcoins are popping off like crazy. Even if Bitcoin isn't horrendously tanking, it doesn't even necessarily mean that. But when you see that type of dominance level that low, that can only mean one thing. We're at the blow off top phase, like where the altcoins, we have alt season, and they just start rallying insanely. And for those of you that were around in December 2017, January 2018, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm waiting for. It is party time. Take a look at this tweet from chart analyst Michael Vanderpop, talking about the short-term, relatively short-term anyway, price action for Bitcoin leading into the first quarter, or maybe two, of next year. He wrote, still expecting this for Bitcoin. So he does seem to think that there's a good chance Bitcoin could break down a little bit lower from where we're at, but ultimately rally back up. And he is another analyst that subscribes to the lengthening cycle theory, which I think is the case at this point for all of the analysts that I follow. I don't think, unless I'm forgetting somebody, I don't think that I follow any analysts that think the blow off top is happening this month, December. So we'll see. I mean, inevitably it's going to come, but it all just takes a matter of time here. But either way, look, again, the message I'm trying to deliver is just like, zoom out. There's no need to feel stressed. There's all the reason in the world to feel excited. And I feel so sorry for these little retail speculators, little lemmings out there that just don't get the big picture, and they're jumping in and out of positions, not able to sleep at night. Like, my gosh, what a way to live. Hell no. And also, it's a bad idea to invest more than you're willing to lose in case we're wrong or you're wrong about whatever bets you're making, because none of us know anything for sure. I have strong conviction for a number of reasons I've been articulating for years at this point, but nobody knows anything for sure. I couldn't feel more confident this asset class is going to be so much bigger than it is today. And to me, that's endlessly exciting, and I see XRP actually being adopted, almost no money in it. The multiplier effect is going to be insane, and even this market cycle, it's got to, when it goes, and it'll happen quickly, it'll be too late for people that are naysayers right now, but for everybody that's sticking around, I think that they're going to end up very happy, right? It just requires patience and fortitude. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.